All right, I appreciate the video. Um, the title of your video was something like why the ZPAP is the best AK available on the market or something like that. But then you describe very specific use cases that seem to apply very specifically for you, not really other people. Most people don't have neck problems. Most people aren't trying to have a large swath of different people enjoy shooting the gun softly and stuff like that. It's an AK. Most people buy an AK because they want a reliable gun. They want something that shoots the nice 7.62 by 39 cartridge, and the gun it was designed for and does it well and reliably and retains all the traits of an AK. And then you describe some of the reasons you describe why it's a good gun. You feel that the thicker receiver is more secure for mounting optics on the side and stuff like that. You may feel that way, but if you watch the tests, and there's a lot of videos where people shoot AKMs with optic rails, ZPAPs with optic rails, you don't notice any damn difference. It's the same damn thing. It's not a tight group size anyway with any of them because it's not a precision rifle, and what you're describing seems like a precision rifle roll or something like that, where you want it to be nice soft shooting and you're going to be laying down, sitting down, you're never going to carry it. But that's not what an AK is. An AK was designed to be able to be carried and be as light as possible and as reliable as possible. And one of the ways that they made it as reliable as possible is by having it a little bit gassier. So if you're trying to make it softer shooting, there's a trade-off. And adding weight is not the correct way to go about making a softer shooting rifle. You don't get a 22 and say, I want to make it softer shooting, and I'm just going to add 50 pounds to the front of it to make it. That's not how you do it. People with ARs don't do it that way. If they want to make an AR softer shooting, they do many things, but one of the main things is they put an adjustable gas system or something on it, so it has less gas coming in. That's the correct way to do it. You don't just add weight to make it soft. Who does that? You mentioned the correct way for an AKM, for an AK, to make it softer shoot. It's not by adding weight, dead weight. You put a KNS gas piston or something in it to control the gas going into the system. You don't just add weight. That doesn't make sense. You're sacrificing usefulness for people who want to go carry it and stuff like this to make it softer shoot. That's not how you do it. That's not the correct solution to the problem. And I have a ZPAP. I have other AKs. I have heavy ones. I have lighter ones. I shoot them next to each other. If you want a precision AK, why don't you get a Galil or something like that? Those are heavy too. I don't think there's a purpose really of having a super precision 7.62 by 39. I mean, it's not known for being a precision round or something like that. You can shoot it accurately distance, but most people are shooting within 300 yards, and then it gets a little bit squirrely. It can be done, but it takes more skill. So AK is not known for being a precision shooter, a soft shooter. You can make it that way, but the ways you described it just seem like the wrong way to do it. And I think it goes against your title of your video where you're saying it's the best AK on the available on the market. Because what you're describing sounds like the wrong way to go about the problems that you're describing, and I don't think that applies to most people. So yeah, I'm sure I missed some of your points, but that's pretty much it. I'm just looking at the ZPAP, seeing if there's anything else. That bulge trunnion doesn't do anything. That bulge trunnion just adds weight. It doesn't make it. You don't hear about standard trunnions breaking and the bulge trunnion being so much strong. There's no problem with the trunnion. The thicker receiver on it, nothing benefit. I don't think it adds that much weight, but we're not launching rifle grenades needing that locking mechanism on the top cover. You can't even buy the grenade launchers to mount on there. So why do you have it? To make it softer shooting, you want to add weight? That thicker barrel, I think, is where most of the weight comes from. It's not making it more accurate. It's doing nothing. You're not even able to fire full auto. Even if you could, the AKM does that beautifully. What's the problem? So yeah, and plus when the Russians had the milled AK, I think they wanted to do stamped in the beginning, but they had problems. I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be. I don't even care that much. And then they wanted to modernize it later. The AKM, they modernized it. They didn't modernize it by adding weight to it to have mount stuff or to make it softer shooting. No, they want to make it easier to produce and lighter, because a lighter weapon is always useful. You may think you're going to sit the gun down in the corner. You're never going to need to lift it up. If someone's going to come attack you, you're just going to lift it up from the corner and just kill them and then put it back down. You may feel that way, and hopefully that never happens. It probably never will. But you're saying you're never going to have to carry the gun. You're never going to have to lift the gun. You're assuming a lot of things. And assumption doesn't make a heavier rifle more useful than a lighter one anyway. You just, I don't know, brother. I don't agree with what you're saying. I don't have a problem. I don't really care too much about the topic. It's fun, but most of us are just going to use them for fun. We're never going to use them for something serious. I understand that. But you want a tool that does its job well. They're not cheap. None of these guns are cheap. So yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree. But I don't have a problem with the gun. It works well. It's reliable, but so are other AKs. To say that the thicker receiver, all this stuff, accounts for poor build quality of a rifle, you were saying something like that. You get you research your tool. You get a properly built tool from the beginning. You don't just say the AK that I want to get might be bad, so I'm just going to get a heavier rifle to solve a problem that may exist by buying a shit rifle. Research it like any tool and get a proper one. So I just don't agree with your points, but I appreciate it. Thank you.